Everyone, welcome to tonight's event. This is Rotary Club of Bijilo. We welcome you all. Thank you so much for taking your time and coming to grace this occasion. We want to acknowledge everyone who's here, starting with past assistant governors that are in the house. Welcome. Thank you for coming. And able assistant governors, AG Adel Sok and AG Momodou Samateh. We also welcome all our past presidents in the House. Thank you so much for coming. And all our current presidents too. Thank you so much for coming. Fellow Rotarians and Rotaractors and the media houses. Today, Rotary Club of Bijilo marks another milestone in conducting the ceremony of passing of the presidential chain to a new president, Rotarian Momodou Samateh. Now, Rotary International, we have some guests here who might not know what Rotary means. So I'll just briefly talk about Rotary and then we can move on. Rotary International is a non-governmental, non-profit humanitarian organization which brings together business and professional leaders in order to provide community service, promote integrity and advance goodwill and peace. Rotary boasts of 1.4 million members worldwide with 46,000 Rotary clubs all around the world. Basically, Rotary works on the 7 focus areas, which is promote peace, fight diseases, provide clean water, sanitation and hygiene, save mother and children, support education, grow our local economy, and protect the environment. Now, in Rotary Club of Bijilo, we have, this is our 4th year. We were chartered on the 11th January 2018, and then we did our first induction on the 12th October 2018. Mentors have been PG Francis Jones and PG Fatuba, who has helped guide us through those years of formation. We have had 4 presidents so far since its inception, and now we're about to induct the 5th president. Normally the Rotary year begins in July 1st and ends in June of the following year. Now every club president chooses a project, so over the years we've had several projects that Rotary Club of Bijilo have worked on, and we've distributed reading books to several schools in Gambia that we've received from donors overseas. We recently inaugurated a solar borehole system at St. Anthony's Lower Basic School in Kanilai. We have also successfully conducted a computerization of the record system in the Gambian National Library, giving it an up-to-date data management information system. We have 2 pending projects, which are the Kanoma Village Water Project and reusable sanitary towels, which past presidents are still working on. Now, we live by a motto, which is service above self, all Rotarians. And then we have the 4-way test too, which it says, of all the things we do or say, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build friendship? Will it build goodwill and better friendship? Will it benefit all concerned? Now, just to highlight some of the projects that Rotary clubs have done in the Gambia, we have Rotary Club of Banjul. They've done a centenary science lab in Kanifing, which is used by senior and secondary schools. They've constructed 2 classroom blocks and kitchen at the Tanje school. They've fenced the school, provided 6 toilets and stand pipes, water pipes, and they've done women garden projects as well. Then Rotary Club of Fajara, some of the projects that they've done done construction of the drainage system at Bakau, the water garden at several villages that they've provided water for, and donated drugs and other materials to Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospitals, and also brought doctors from Germany to perform operations. Also, Rotary Club of Brusubi, they've done a science lab in Kawo. They've renovated facilities at Sukuta Lower Basic School and refurbished 24 toilets at Latikuna Basic School. So these are some of the projects that Rotarians here in the Gambia have been doing. So we are a service organization where we strive to better our communities. So without further ado, we'll now call on our current Assistant Governor, A.G. Adel Sok, to give the keynote address.
I will try and have some eye contact. It's good to see so many people who have come out to support this very special, auspicious occasion. And I'm not sure about this being keynote address because I was asked just a few hours ago to say a few words to fill in for somebody who was supposed to be here. So I'm going to do my best. You may find me repeating and stammering and stuttering or whatever, but I'm going to keep it very short because we're starting late, and some of us don't like to eat after 9 o'clock. But anyway, let me just quickly begin. To past district governors who are here present, past presidents, Rotarians, Rotaractors, family, friends, and media. Thanks for coming. Last year, about this time, I was asked to say a few words about what it means to be a Rotarian. And what I have found this time round, I have to say the same thing. Emma, Dr. Emma, Rotarian Emma, and I are on the same page. Do you remember last year? After she gave the welcome address, I had to cut my speech because she said the very things that I wanted to say. Now, it's being repeated today. So my introduction, she more or less has covered it. So that's okay. That makes my own few words shorter. But I find that there are a few things that are still relevant that really needs to be repeated. She said we're a service organization. We're do-gooders, people who do good in the community. And our motto, service above self. I've been a Rotarian, I think, for 20 years. I was president in 2001, 2002. So it's about 20 years, I believe, I've been a Rotarian. Kalala. Thank you. Anyway, so I'm just going to talk on experience, okay? I will just do that. But to go back to the beginning of Rotary, which started, we all know it started in the U.S. It was started by a lawyer back in 1902, and he got 3 or 4 of his buddies, his cohorts. They gathered round, and they were in the business community. And they wanted to give back to their communities. And I'm saying all this for the Rotarians and for the prospective people who are sitting in the back of the room. You know, coming into this organization, it's not just to have always a good time. We do have a good time, but there's a purpose. There's a purpose in what we do in our communities. And it's just to make life better for the average person. The first project that the Rotarians did back in the USA was the toilet project. Now, if you can imagine, because that's going to lead me into our current theme. 1902, public toilets. If you see some of these old pictures of what US was like in the big cities, no paved roads, there were horse and buggy carriages, and people didn't have a place to go and relieve themselves. So if you were out on the day to do some shopping, where did you go? Maybe you went into a department store, but you know, there were discriminatory practices very strong discriminatory practices back then. So people didn't have a place to go to relieve themselves. So that was the first project, and they spent less than $20. Now this year, and I'll get to that, our new district governor, Sunny Akuopa, is initiating a project in our district. Our district, 10 countries, around 93 clubs, and I must really just highlight and commend Club Bruceby, Rotary Club Bruceby, because they have taken up the challenge. And I also will include Banjul Club, because those are the two clubs who are managing, who have inaugurated a toilet project. And the toilet projects are in the schools. So I commend you for taking up the challenge, and I hope that the remaining 4 clubs will also take on a public toilet or a school toilet project, so we can report back at the end of the year to our district governor that Gambia also has taken, the other 4 clubs in the Gambia have taken on this project. District governor, he's a Malian, Francophone, very nice person, Rotarian all the way, and he's assisted by 23 assistant governors. You have 2 in this country. My brother on the right, Assistant Governor Momodou Samateh. I don't know if those people in the back know who you are. So he's the Assistant Governor for Region 14. That's the Basse Club. Kotu Club, Kotu, are you in the house? Kotu, Kotu, Kotu. And Club Fajara. Now, I don't know who's here from Club Fajara except for myself. Maybe they're on their way. But I am the Assistant Governor for Banjul Club, Bijilo Club, and Bruceby Club. So I think we're here. We're here. So the other thing I sort of want to more or less give advice. You know, we have the first woman to be heading Rotary International. So you think about that, 1902, and we are now in 2022, 170 years of Rotary. And it wasn't an easy go. Before, because you know, we all know the history, it was a gentleman's club. And it wasn't until the late 1980s when women became members of Rotary and became Rotarians. So if you look at 1986, 1987, up to 2002, mathematicians, how many years is that? So now Rotary is headed by a young lady who just recently celebrated her 25th wedding anniversary. Her name is Jennifer Jones. And the RI directors, there are now about 40% women who are sitting on that board. And I think it has been a major accomplishment for Rotary. And the theme that Jennifer has put out to all of the 1.4 million Rotarians is Imagine. Now, I don't know about you young people in the back, and I'm not sure if the band in the back knows that song, but that was a very popular song by the Beatles years ago called Imagine. And in the words of that song, it's asking people to imagine a world free of conflict. Now, that song was written years ago. But when we look around us today, we have a lot of conflict in the world. I think each continent has a conflict going on. There are a lot of poor people in the world. There are a lot of people who are suffering from poor health facilities. But you see, being a Rotarian, we try to address those issues. We're do-gooders. We're people of change. We want to make the world a better place. So her theme is very apt. Imagine Rotary for this Rotary year, 2022-2023. So I'm encouraging all the clubs to look at their pending projects and try to close them. And then when you identify new projects, look at them and see if they will be attainable by the end of your mandate. Last year, the theme was Serve to Change Lives. Each one bring one. And I do hope this year we will continue so that every Rotarian in these clubs will bring an additional person. I know there are a couple perspectives sitting in the back of the room, and I do hope that they will continue to choose which club they want to belong to and become active Rotarians. Imagining Rotary. That's a challenge for all of us, especially for the female membership in the Gambia. We are so few. And so I implore all of us, and even our fellow Rotarian males, encourage more women to become Rotarians. A few months ago, many of us went down to Freetown for our district conference, and it was very educational, inspirational. And I think it emboldened the new membership to take the bull by the horn. I would like to highlight a particular presentation. Gambia has been at the forefront of the malaria campaign, headed by your own club member, Dr. Emma Bruce. And 3 or 4 of us sat in on her presentation, and it was the bomb. It was first class. Everybody listened. We were all ears. Sometimes when you go to some of these presentations and some people on the side, you have side talks and you have people saying this. Everybody was focused on what she had to say. To the point, Sierra Leone and Liberia have followed the Gambian model on working on zero malaria. So I think you should, this is in this club, so we should clap for my sister. She's done a wonderful job, and she is still the chairperson for our district when it comes to the malaria campaign. So I think that the new leadership is qualified, emboldened, prepared to take on the task. And those of us who have been presidents, it's not an easy job. It's not an easy job. It takes up a lot of your time. All of you are professional people, and you will just have to see how best you can manage your time to take on the affairs of your club. So my advice, and I'm looking at past experience, officers and members, all the clubs, but particularly to Bijilo Club, please work together as a team. No one-man show. Rotary is about teamwork. Encourage the spirit of friendship and goodwill. Be approachable and respectful to your members. Don't hold grudges. Don't malice anybody in your club. Attend meetings and take an active role in the committee that you are assigned to. Pay your subscriptions. When we were in the DAC, Gambia was kind of embarrassed because we were down at the bottom of the list when it came to foundation givers. So, pay your subscriptions. It's the money that you pay that will help you to have successful projects in your communities. Sometimes you may have to stagger them. It might be a bit heavy to pay $200 at one go. You may have to stagger it out, and I find that's the most effective. You put a little bit of money aside from your salary and you won't feel the strain as much. And maintain decorum of a Rotarian in your club. You should have by now memorized your 4-way test and apply it to your daily life. Make use of my Rotary platform. There is a tremendous wealth of information. I find when I'm on it, I must plan at least 30 minutes. At least. There is so much information there, but it's a lot of guiding information that will help your club to be successful. And of course, I just want to, I hope everybody has on their pens, because I don't know who's the Sergeant at Arms who's been identified for Bijilo Club. But you must wear your pens, and I think today you should walk around Sergeant at Arms who doesn't have on their pen. You find them. You find them. Ask them for at least $200. This is a big event. It's a special event, and everyone should have come with your pen or your paraphernalia, your hat, your cap, or whatever it is. So please, when you go to your club meetings, wear your pen. Also, plan strategic goals. You know, try not to be overambitious so you won't be discouraged. But you look at your goals and see what you will be able to attain during your mandate, within your year. And this is personally to the new club president. He's still PE until we give him that chain. My brother, a good club president does a number of things, but I'm going to highlight 11. Provide strong leadership. Delegate responsibilities. You have a secretary, you have a treasurer, you have a sergeant at arms, you have a vice president, you have chairs of committees. You can't do all the work. You're a successful business person. You won't have the time. If you want to do it all yourself, it won't get done. And if you find that there's one or two of your officers who are not as strong as you would like them to be, you know, assist them or find someone in your club who can assist. But don't take on all the work yourself. It really causes a lot of conflict, and I'm talking about experience. Coordinate your club activities through your board of directors. Again, it's not a one-man show. You have to share the work, and when it comes to decision making, you sit down with your board. If there are times when you want one of your AGs to come in to help you with decision making, call us in. We will see how best we can find the time. But you just cannot be a dictator and do things without consulting the board. That's very important. And I think you've learned that from the district conference, and it's apt, you know, throughout Rotary. Establish your short and long-term goals in conjunction again with your board. It's easier. It's easier when you all sit down and you do some brainstorming, you take a few notes, you see what you can do, what might be too far, long range, you can't do it. But you must do it in conjunction with your board. Appoint your committee chairs, develop an action plan. I think you have some educators in your club, and we know about school action plans, so maybe you draw on your educators. Keep your membership abreast of the progress of your projects. I was just asking about the library project because the former librarian at the National Library wanted to know when will there be the handing over, even though she's retired now. So I'm very much interested in that, and I think the sooner it's done, the better, because that'll be a project you couldn't say we finished with it. Review your club expenditures and work with your treasurer. You know, you must pay your dues. Clubs, you know, members have to pay their dues. You do your budget. Work out your budget and see what you can attain based on who's paid their dues and whatever other fundraising they've done. I know for a fact that Banjul Club has even increased their dues Fajara has not. They may, but you know, when you do the budget, you look at how much money is coming in, have the dues covered, all that, you know. So please work with your treasurer on that. You know, that should be one of your priorities. Motivate your club members. You know, sometimes when you notice one or two people haven't been coming to your meetings, call them. Send a message, and if you can, go and visit them and find out what's the problem. Maybe they're sick. Maybe they don't feel motivated. They don't feel inspired. But make them feel that they're part of the family. I challenge you to start a Rotaract club. We have 3 very strong Rotaract clubs, Banjul, Fajara, Bruceby. So Bijilo, we welcome you to come on board, not leaving out Kotu and Basse. You know, it's good to encourage the young people so that they can eventually become Rotarians, not just stop at the Rotaract age, but stay with us. Because, you know, those of us who are Rotarians, you know, we're getting up there in years, and, you know, we don't have that energy as we had maybe 20 years ago. But we must keep the spirit of Rotary alive and ongoing, and this is where we appeal to Rotaractors to become Rotarians. Number 10, review your bylaws. You have bylaws, I've gone through your bylaws, but you may want to review your bylaws and make a few changes. And of course, you should have your manual of procedure. I think you should have a copy of that. Each club, we had around 20 or so that came in, or 50, I forgot how many, and we distributed them. But if you have, you should take the time, maybe one Sunday afternoon, just in a quiet place, and actually go through that document. It took me a couple days to go through it. But go through it and familiarize yourself with the rules of procedure. And also, support the sister club. We are 6 now. When I became a Rotarian, we were club number 2. So from 1 to 2 to 6, with the help of past assistant governor, my sister over here, Fatou Bao, very instrumental in getting 2 extra clubs, you know, up and running. We have to support each other. Like today, I see a good number have come out for this occasion. There could have been more. But when each club has an activity, whether it's fundraising or going for the walk or going to inaugurate a project or whatever, we should support each other. At least if the president can't make it, he should send somebody to represent the club. There should always be representation. So I think that's basically the 11 things I wanted to give you. Advice from my own experience as president and now as AG. And as I keep saying, it's not an easy job. Last year I was an AG for the first time. I was always calling up Fatouba, Fatou Benjo, Safi Young, Francis Jones, which way to go, how to do this. But last year was a learning experience for me, so I hope I do a much better job for you this year. Thank you very much for listening to me. Everybody, bon appetit.
Ida mala ibado lambe masagole.
Other countries on water analysis and swimming pool maintenance. Mr. Samateh also, Rotarian Samateh, also runs his own construction company and has been successful ever since. He has developed a major company which has been recognized throughout the country and has dedicated his life to everything that, where he can serve, really. He enjoys a wonderful family life, which we have also enjoyed. We always go to his house and they were treated well there. He has his kids here. Are they here? We're Rotarian Samateh's children. Welcome. Can you stand up, please? So we can clap for you. They've always welcomed us at their house. We've eaten so many times at their house. Thank you so much. And your lovely wives as well. Rotarian Samateh, now I know he told me that he has a lot of the first Paul Harris Fellow in our club, which I challenged him that he's not. And he's been given the award of Sustaining Member. Is it eligible Sustaining Member? Is that how you call it? Yes. And EREY. Every year, every Rotarian. He's been eligible for that too, which he's been given that award, and the TRF also, yeah? Yes, so without further ado, we will call upon Rotarian Samateh to come in front, and then AG Adel Sok will come and do the presentation to him of the presidential emblems.
Fellow Rotarians, Rotaractors, family, friends, as Dr. Emma, Rotarian Emma has said, we've come to the main bit of the occasion, why we've all come. And you know, traditionally, you know, there's a short speech. You know, we say, well, Rotary is not a political organization. Rotary is not a religious organization. And basically, it's like saying, you know, whatever your political or your religious faith is, you know, you really shouldn't try and mix it up and bring it into Rotary functions. But basically, it's a humanitarian organization. And you've heard the kind words that were said of Rotarian Samateh's involvement in Rotary. He's a very generous somebody. I didn't know him until I met him through Rotary, through the Gift of Life and the Malaria Project. But I really got to know this man when we were in Freetown during the district conference, along with his with past president Auntie Mai and Rotarian Emma. He knows a lot about Rotary. And I'm sure that he is going to have a very successful tenure of office. So now, we have some items here to be passed, to be given to him. I think I will do the chain, but if you don't mind, I would like to call one of your past presidents in the club. She's not immediate past president, but she's a past president. So, past President Nancy, could you please just come forward? We sandwich you. Sandwich you. All the ladies on your side, you know. This is a good way. This is a good way to start your Rotary year. I'm having the ladies. I don't mean to put you on the spot, my dear. But you know, there are some things I think you may want to hand over to him before I do the change.
Okay.
Okay?
Good evening, fellow Rotarians, Rotaractors, family and friends of Rotary. Thank you very much for coming this evening. I'm very glad to be here to hand over, I will choose the bell, to hand over the bell to Rotarian President Samateh, because he lost to control meetings, so now he has the opportunity. So that he'll have the opportunity to ring the bell and say, it's meeting time.
That's a nice one.
There you go. Good luck. We are all behind you. And the club members. And that's the stamp as well. No. Thank you very much. No.
Thank you,
Mohammed.
That's the problem now, huh?
We do.
Oh, you have a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
Past President Matthew, past President Safi,
PAG
Safi,
and Francis Jones is over there. PAG is over there. PAG, Francis Jones is, and Francis Jones over there.
Francis is here.
Yes.
Hey, welcome. PAG Francis Jones and past President Fatuba, AG. So now we are witnessing the event of passing over the chain. But as I was telling our new President Samateh, he has a lot of work to do because the former presidents, their name tags are not on this chain. So there has to be some little metal bits, you know, to put on the chain. But anyway, I have the singular honor of now calling President-elect Samateh, President of Bijilo Club. Get a good picture of that now.
Your Excellency.
Congratulations, Rotarian President Samateh.
Thank you. Thank you.
For he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow. And so say all of us, and so say all of us, and so say all of us. For he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow. And so say all of us. Hip, hip, hip.
AG Adel Sok. Good evening, AG Kamara ML. It has been a long fight. Thank God we are here now. Good evening, Mod of the Club, PAG Fatuba. Good evening, Safiong. He was my immediate advisor. Whenever I have issues, I run to him straight away. And he will say, read this one, take it easy. Fatou Bin, I would say thank you very much. Oba, the one who gave us the blessing, thank you very much for the support. My family members here, Mohammed, my elder son, and my two girls, Fatmata and Aisha. Matthew Ndur, we say he inspired me. My boy. Oh, is your boy really? Inspired me. I mean, during Rotary events, I see whenever he comes, it doesn't matter where, how, when, he'll always be there, joining the Rotary events and joining Rotary clubs and supporting us. Francis Jones is one of our mentors. He's the one who will come to us and say, you know Rotary? It's all about commitment. He's been here for us. I always call him whenever I have issues. Now I will introduce my board. Good evening, friends of Rotary. And also I have Bijilo Lower Basic School, Binta and Keta. I don't know whether they're here. They are here, yes. Rotarian Stone. Boy, my last support today. Okay. Thank you very much, Stone and Madam. I really appreciate it. And everybody here. Where is past presidents? Omar is the one who showed me how to do the portal. He's the one who showed me how to enter the RI portal to be able to do my upgrades, my updates. Thank you very much. Oh, Omar, where is Omar? Omar, you understand? I'm not seeing you, you know. Yes, thank you very much. Okay. I mean, I could not do my update until day before yesterday. Omar said, no, I cannot, but just open it, I'll show you. And thank you very much. I have to say also our Kalala. The moment I send him, I call him, he says, look, don't worry, I'll call all my people to come. Thank you very much, everybody here. Now, I cannot call everybody's name. I may forget some of them. Retractors, the moment before my presidency, they say, look, we will support you. We have about 8 of them here or 9 of them here. Thank you very much, Rotaractors. I've been with them since the beginning. Sorry we haven't got a Rotaract clubs, but I will contact you and also to share some of the experience that you have with our maybe Rotaracts that we have. I would now like to introduce my board, my team. My able secretary is Rotarian PP Maimuna Williams. He's been very, very supportive from here right through to Freetown. He said, I will go. It's difficult, but I will join you. I will join you. Now, I would like to call on my treasurer, Yankuba Dabo, commonly known as Kekendo. Keke. He's now in charge of my finance. I would like to call Rotarian fundraising and project chair, Ndende Nying. Ndende, congratulations. Where is my friend and my foundation chair? He's been having the foundation chair ever since this club has started. Rotarian Nancy Njai Jallo. He will say, no, you know, let's take it easy. And he's a diplomat. I mean, he cools everybody down. Now I'll go to my Rotarian friend, Emmanuel Juve, my international chair. You know, he's so busy, but I mean, thank you very much for supporting. I mean, you know, he is very, very busy these days, but thank you very much, Rotarian Emmanuel, the international chair. I'll now like to call on Malik Mbai. He's a new member. He's social event chair. We will support you. We will support you. You will be together with us. I would like to call Momodou Sar, who is the assistant and the same time IT. We call him Momodou. He's the one who set our page, our Facebook. Very, very active him as well. So please, a big round of applause for Momodou. Now, I would like to call the Vice President and Sergeant at Arms. This one is called Rotarian Per Walter Seri. No, Esquire I will say there, but Esquire will drop that in Rotary. Where were you all hiding? Thank you, fellow Rotarians. Thank you very much for joining us. I would also like to thank the Tourist Restaurant for giving us this wonderful and beautiful dinner. Thank you very much. Friends of Rotary, I am starting my speech now. You have to bear with me. Please, bear with me. I am very slow, very fast. Rotarian Omar Jallo will say to my people, he said, get a rope, tie on his back, on his waist, because this man is fast. When he goes faster, draw him back. Good evening. PAG Aki Allen is not here, but he called me earlier on, say if it rains, it's difficult for him to drive. PAGs, IPPs, PPs, current presidents, vice presidents, Rotarac president, Rotarac past president, AG Camara, our own AG Adel Sok, PAG Fatuba, the mother of the club, the mentor, Francis Jones, our mentor, who will always be with us, PAG, fellow Rotarian invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol fully and respectfully observed. I would first of all want to take this opportunity to thank the president of Rotary, the past presidents of Rotary Club of Bijilo, starting with our chartered president, PP Bankinjai, who is not around but in Spain. He's currently today, he was invited to join same program with us, and he shared the photos with us. So we thank him for starting the club, laying the foundation, getting the club where it is. Very patient, very tolerant. We call him dictator, we call him everything. He said, look, Samateh, if you're a leader, you got to accept everything because you're a leader. I would call on PP Ajamaimuna Williams, also who was the past president, also very open door, open policy. He will say to me, look, Samateh, nenko de frek dina yala bahna bobunon is coming. Now, he's also my secretary. PP Nansinjai Jallo. Finally, IPP Paul Gay, who is not with us today. Very unfortunate, I wish he was here. We thank him for what he did. I will start where he stops. It has been a very difficult journey. Thanks Allah, we managed to sail through with the support of all of you. I wish all of you a passing on, I wish all to the passing on our club's chain to me as incoming president. I humbly promise members I will have an open door policy where all members will be equally treated, and I ask all members to come and join and take the club to the next level. I contribute, contribute immensely to Rotary Foundation, which we started. I understood my past president has paid for 4 members to be Paul Harris members. We donated from the discussion that I had over $200,000, which is about $4,000 to the foundation. So I'm sure next year or during the DAC we'll be honored. We will not be embarrassed this time around, AG. That's thanks to our president, former IPP. On projects, I support Kanuma project during my tenure and to make sure it's implemented during this Rotary year. That's PP, my project in Kanuma, which is Women's Garden Project. We've been struggling, but this time around, we will make sure that we kick off and make sure that it's happening. PP Antimai, you will have your project going on.
Thank you.
And our project of, the first project, which is PP Banki, that's disposable sanitary towels, which we are currently working with our charter president to make sure that that project also take off the ground. He still want to do that project. My project is to build toilet facilities for Bijilo Lower Basic, roll of 1,250 kids, students. Their toilet today, I went there and when I saw it, I couldn't believe. I mean, you know, with 1,000 kids, what happens if there's an outbreak of anything? I mean, there'll be a serious trouble. So therefore, my first project will be to build the toilets, like you said. When Sonny comes, he will see what we're doing. We'll do more for the school, but through fundraising, which we will start immediately after this inauguration. There are three things I would like us to imagine together. Firstly, imagine a club where all members will feel like belonging to a club where members are fully and wholly engaged, understanding working together, where we forge relationship with each other and share our diverse of opinions. I will open the door. Anybody who has anything to say, if there's anything, if it's not right or you will not say it, we are together in this. We are first among equals. We are all equal, but today I am first because I'm the president. Okay. Second, imagine our club include building a vibrant and more creative, our collective understanding towards our communities. We are here to support our communities, the needy. We cannot do all, but together I'm sure with our sister clubs, we can help our communities to a better community where we can support. Wherever we can support, we want you to tell us or join us, and then we'll do it together. And finally, imagine Rotary where all our members contribute to the club and ask ourselves, what's needed? What can I personally do to make our club stronger, more welcoming, and more inclusive? How can I express my appreciation for the contribution of my fellow club members? Like I said, the door is open, the floor is open. Here, we are together. We have to do this, and I thank everybody for joining me. I say, please pray for me. Wish me good luck for a very successful year. I am here at your disposal. All hands on deck. Rotary Club of Bijilo, please, I want you to give me a 3 club claps. Give me the 3 claps, Rotary Club of Bijilo, because you are going to work. No, that's not the way. Where is Rotarian Omar? Please, we give ourselves, not me, but we give ourselves, because it's been a long way. We're here, and we'll together. Omar, where is Omar? Omar is to lead Rotary Club of Bijilo to do the 3 clap for ourselves, Rotary Club of Bijilo. We were the vibrant, but he said I should remove that word and say the darling club. Because they've overtaken us now. Now, once that is done, I would say a big thank you to who? Dr. Emma Burrows. Without her, I wouldn't be here today. She will call me, she will text me, she will do this up to midnight. Sometimes will say, you know, my wife, all of them say, when they call me, they say, oh, it's Emma, Dr. Emma Burrows. No, you know, my family, they all know her. She's very, very active and very, very supportive. So I thank you very much, Dr. Emma Burrows. I don't know what to say or what to give you or what to say, but please, a big round of applause for Dr. Emma Burrows. Now go to. Thank you very much. Good night.
I thought I would have started the back to the height, but I've been asked to go to 3 class. But we have to do it just like soldiers were doing when they are asked to stand at attention. Usually attention everyone at the same time. So we have to try clapping together on my command. And if there's some loose ends, we have to try again when we get it right.
Yeah. Trouble.
Right? So, let's try one.
Past ages, PPs, presidents, fellow Rotarians, Rotaractors, distinguished guests, and friends of Rotary. On behalf of the president of the Rotary Club of Bijilo, I thank you for gracing this August occasion. we feel very elated by your unflinching support to the Rotary Club of Bijilo. A special mention goes to our indefatigable AG Adel Sok, other PAGs and AGs for their advice to help to keep the ship afloat. We also take this opportunity to thank our families for their support and understanding. We can assure you that we will work as a team, bringing out our individual differences in knowledge, experience, skills, and expertise to make us a dynamic team. And in all our dealings, to always be guided by the four-way test of Rotary. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better understanding? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Enjoy and celebrate with us. Vive la Rotary. I thank you all for your kind attention.
Rotary Club. Rotary and peace the world over. Thank you everyone for coming. I hope you enjoyed it. Now we have some nice melody tune.